everyone, and greetings once again from Radio Wasteland Records. It is time for our weekly check into some of the new releases headed to an independent record store near you. Way huge list this time around, so we're just going to cover the highlights. If you would like to see that full list, though, head over to our website at radiowastelandrecords.com. From there, just look for the upcoming releases link. Click on that. You'll see a PDF with everything that there is coming out for this upcoming week. But for now, though, we've got to dive right in because there is a lot that we're going to cover even in the highlights. But here's what we can expect for Friday, the 28th of February, 2025. Yep, end of February already. Just a few new releases, but lots of catalog chunks in the reissues. So we'll cross our fingers and hope that those all make it out. But let's hit those new releases first. Again, for Friday, the 28th of February, 2025. Something brand new from Architects. This is called The Sky, the Earth, and All Between. Our description says that the Architects are back and charging forward in the heavy rock world with their latest sonic masterpiece. After 2 relentless years on the road, featuring a massive European summer tour with Metallica, the band has returned to the studio to deliver their most powerful collection of songs yet. So again, brand new from Architects, The Sky, the Earth, and All Between. And by the looks of this, just a black vinyl version, no color variant. This one coming in at a suggested list price of $24. Fresh off their success with a brand new studio album, we've got a live album coming from The Cure. This is called Songs of a Live World, Troxy London. Not much of a description to go with on this, so I had to dive over to The Cure's website to get the info. It says Songs of a Live World, the Troxy London, is the stunning live performance from The Cure's first studio album in 16 years, Songs of a Lost World. So yep, this is coming from their brand new album and a live performance not too long back. Just a black vinyl version of this, even though it is listed as an indie exclusive. Cost on that comes in at a suggested list of $33. And on that live front, but we're going to go back in time for this one, here's something from the Sex Pistols, and it's called Live in the USA 1978, Southeast Music Hall, Atlanta. Our description says that Live in the USA 1978 is a document of the last days of the band, left to run adrift by absent management on a label that didn't really understand them, and in a country that arguably felt more threatened than it did excited by the group. The description goes on to, well, really lament that this recording was simply a parody of what the band had been, with concerts finally released and full and corrected sequences for the very first time. Live in the USA 1978 takes us back to the moment that creative force that was the Sex Pistols imploded. Available on red vinyl, this one coming in at a suggested list price of $30. Lots of stuff to get to on the reissue front. As mentioned, we've got some catalog chunks coming up, so stay tuned for that. But first, very excited for this next one. Here is the 21st anniversary remastering of the Electric Six and their album Fire. 21st anniversary. Okay, here we go. Not much of a description to go with on this one other than the Electric Six are just a great, I wouldn't even venture to call them a punk band, but they're alternative, they're punk, they're rock from Detroit, Michigan. So Fire, the 21st anniversary remastering from the Electric Six, this one coming in at a suggested list price of $30. And you know what? One of these will probably be opened here in the store for quality control purposes. Elsewhere on the Michigan front, we've got a 20th anniversary reissue of Encore by Eminem. Our description says that this is an exclusive 20th anniversary edition featuring hits like Mockingbird, Like Toy Soldiers, and Just Lose It. Pressed on royal blue colored vinyl, this limited edition release is a must-have for fans and collectors, bringing a fresh spin to an iconic hip-hop era. Double LP on that blue vinyl, a 20th anniversary of Encore from Eminem. $40 is the suggested list price there. Here's a double LP reissue on black vinyl coming from Kelly Clarkson, and this is Piece by Piece. This was the 7th studio album by Clarkson, originally released in 2015. Again, double LP on black vinyl, Piece by Piece, Kelly Clarkson, $35, the suggested list price there. And a reissue of a very recent album that was reformed, if you will, for Record Store Day Black Friday at first. This is Brat, and it's completely different coming from Charlie XCX. This reissue of that Record Store Day Black Friday release is coming on double LP green vinyl and will list for about $40. Okay, so let's dive into those catalog chunks we've been talking about now, starting off with a trio from Samantha Fox. By the way, she is the only British female solo artist to score 3 top 10 hits on both sides of the Atlantic in the 1980s. You may also know that she made a name for herself as the UK's favorite page 3 girl before launching into her career in music. Look that one up on a non-work related computer. Anyway, we're getting 3 vinyl reissues and 3 picture discs from Samantha Fox. First up, we've got her debut album from 1986 called Touch Me. This one is coming on black, white, and pink colored vinyl. Then we've got the self-titled Samantha Fox, her follow-up that came out in 1987. And then finally, I Want to Have Some Fun. This one coming on red, black, and yellow colored vinyl. This one was originally released in 1988. I think I forgot to mention, too, that her self-titled is coming on gold and silver colored vinyl. You can see there in the mock-up pic. Each of these vinyl reissues on their respective colored vinyl coming in at a suggested list price of $35. And then each of these, as I mentioned, is getting a picture disc release as well. Touch Me, the self-titled Samantha Fox, and I Want to Have Some Fun. Each of those picture discs are coming in at a suggested list price of $39. One music on vinyl reissue to tell you about this week, and this is Heritage from the band Opeth. This is coming on limited edition 180-gram red and black marble colored vinyl. And by limited, I mean 5,000 numbered copies on that colored vinyl. Heritage, by the way, is the 10th studio album by the Swedish prog rock metal band Opeth, recorded in early 2011. Heritage by Opeth on that limited edition 180-gram red and black marbled colored vinyl. This one coming in at a price tag of $51 suggested retail price. Next up is a reissue from Glenn Hughes. You may know him as the legendary rock and soul vocalist, known for his work with Deep Purple and Black Sabbath, among many others. This is a reissue of the album Addiction. Originally released in 1996, it marked a pivotal moment in Hughes' career as he delved into themes of struggle, redemption, and personal resilience. We've got 2 vinyl variations of this reissue, the first being a black vinyl one coming in at a suggested list price of $42. Double LP on that, by the way. And then there is an indie exclusive version as well. Addiction on splatter green colored vinyl, $42, also the suggested list price for that one. Next up is a trio of half-speed master reissues coming from Motorhead. These things are going to sound absolutely fantastic. We have got Bomber, Overkill, and Ace of Spades. Each of these, by the way, as mentioned, a half-speed master, and each of them on their own colored vinyl. Some very cool stuff. Bomber is coming on a limited edition blue and black splatter colored vinyl. And then Overkill, this is kind of a nifty looking one. It's coming on what's being called a turquoise and blue swirl. And then finally Ace of Spades, this one coming on a blue and white swirl colored vinyl. Very nifty looking as well. $28, the suggested list price there, as is with Overkill. And again, all 3 of these Motorhead reissues are half-speed masters. Next up, another trio of reissues, this time from Testament. We've got The Legacy, The New Order, and Practice What You Preach. Each of these on an individual colored vinyl. The Legacy coming on purple, blue, and red marble colored vinyl, that one listing for about $28. Then The New Order is on a blue-pink swirl colored vinyl, that one listing for $29 as well. And then Practice What You Preach is on what's being called an orange bone swirl vinyl, kind of an orange and whitish. This one listing for $27. One more catalog chunk to tell you about, and this next batch is from Stereolab. We can look forward to Emperor Tomato Ketchup, Transient Random Noise Bursts with Announcements, Sound Dust, Cobra and Phases Group Play Voltage in the Milky Night, Margarine Eclipse, Dots and Loops, and finally the Mars Audatic Quintet. Each of these Stereolab reissues, by the way, I do believe, as I said, on black vinyl. Each of them look to be a double LP release as well, and each of them listing for about $33. Now, as is always the case with these massive group reissues all at once from a single artist, I'm very skeptical that everything will make it out in time. And that happened, I think, a couple of weeks ago with the CCR, so we'll cross our fingers with all of these this time. If you're looking for one or several of these releases, let us know and we'll do our best to get them all in at once. Wrapping up our reissues for the week of the 28th, we've got a Supertramp reissue of Live in Paris 1979. This was their big live album, but this is being reissued now as a triple LP set. Black vinyl on this one, and the cost is up there a little bit because of that triple LP. $51 is the suggested list price there. Some cool blues up next from Harvey Mandel. This is Get Off in Chicago, coming on yellow and gold vinyl, limited edition, coming from Harvey the Snake Mandel. He does have a Record Store Day release coming out, by the way. This one listing for about $30. And then finally this week, we have got an unofficial release coming from Wings and Paul McCartney. I know usually it's the other way around. This one coming from Blue Line Records, and just basically says that Wings, of course, was the project of Paul McCartney and Denny Lane from the Moody Blues, along with Linda McCartney and others. This particular collection is being pressed on clear vinyl, and it features some legendary radio broadcast recordings from 1972 and 1978, including many Wings classics. So an unofficial Wings and Paul McCartney, some radio broadcast recordings. Suggested list price on that one coming in at $28. And that is a quick check of some of the new releases headed to an independent record store near you for Friday, the 28th of February. If you're local and you see something you'd like us to pre-order, just contact us here at the store and we will take care of that for you. Otherwise, you can head over to our website at radiowastelandrecords.com to look at that full list. And if you see something on that full list, all you have to do is contact us all the same, and we'll dig into that pre-order for you as well. So until next time, this is Jim from Radio Wasteland. You folks have a great week, and we'll talk to you next time.